Hello Cancer, welcome to my weekly tarot love reading for you. I am the Tarot Muse, and as you can see I've laid out this table thick with cards, and I'm actually quite excited to get into our reading because I feel good about this reading. Yeah, I've been experiencing a lot of intense readings for most people. It seems like there's a lot of shadow work that's being explored around relationships on this planet. But for some reason your reading has got a lot of promise in it, and so I've really enjoyed it. So let's dive straight in. Right, in the present moment we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's crossed by the High Priestess. So the Knight of Pentacles is about structure, grounding, stability, consistency, and kind of going the long haul, you know, taking the long road with bringing things into actualization. The Knight of Pentacles is also someone that's younger, or it can refer to an experience that's happening. And then, so in this case with the Knight of Pentacles, I asked, what is this Knight of Pentacles about? And I get the Sun, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So it's the grounding, the happiness. The grounding is about really wanting happiness, wanting to return to a state of happiness as a result of moving away from that which has been keeping you trapped and disempowered and imprisoned and isolated. So what's crossing that is the High Priestess. So this can't fully happen because there's still something in your subconscious or that you intuitively know is so. And what this is the Lover's card, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Wands. So that's about a relationship. So it's this intuitive or subconscious awareness of this relationship that is now on pause. It's not happening. It's suspended. You've both taken a break from it, and it's as a result of this conflict that happened. So you're wanting this grounding and this happiness, but you know that can't fully happen until you deal with this relationship. Okay. So when I look at the conflict that has created this pause or this break between the two of you, I asked, what is this conflict about? And I get the Hermit card, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So this is the Hermit is the aloneness that has been created because of the pain and the heartbreak or the betrayal that happened between the sharing. So something happened between the two of you that created this aloneness. So it could have been something that you created that created this aloneness, or it could have been something that happened between the two of you that created this aloneness, that created the conflict, that created the separation with this relationship. Okay, so what you are conscious of is that there was passion and emotional connection and intellectual stimulation and happiness with this connection. So it really was a good connection. You know, the Queen of Cups comes up here, so this could be you in a happy state with just how vibrant and passionate and intellectually stimulating and fun the connection is. What is in the unconscious here, however, is this, it happened very quickly, but you basically created this or at least this mistrust and confusion was created, has now been created in the relationship. And I don't think that you're fully aware of this, because King of Wands, taking charge of the happiness. So something happened, and I sense it's something that you may have done, Cancer, because when I ask what this Eight of Swords is about, it's you walking away from feeling trapped and imprisoned. What I'm getting is the Ten of Swords, the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Now these are all cards of loss. This is very intense. You're imprisoned by some kind of betrayal, this intense loss and pain, and this poverty, this state of complete despair. And you were trapped by that for a while. And what I'm seeing here as well is the burden that you were carrying around this loss, and how there was a defeat or some kind of betrayal or conflict that happened. So what I'm seeing here is you wanting to move away from that. So I'm not sure if this is connected to this person over here. There's a possibility, although it doesn't quite add up, because I see happiness at the end of the tunnel. I see love at the end of the card. So let's keep going further. Yeah, so I asked what else was this? Oh, what is the Hermit card about? What is the conflict and the Hermit card about? And what I got was control, completion, and Fool. The control card, the King of Pentacles, the World card, and the Fool. And so this tells me that control and potential controlling. So I sense that you created this ending, the ending of this new relationship, because of control and power. Control and power. Okay. So when I come here and I look at what the future is about for this relationship, because in the past I can see that we have the Chariot, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles, which shows me that you were really driven forward. It was intellectually stimulating, and it was this offer of love that felt very abundant. So it was very promising what happened in the past with this connection, with, I think, this Lovers card over here. But what I see in the future is, so right now you are in the process of going through some kind of regeneration and accountability, I sense, because what I see here is the Judgment card, and this is you stepping into a higher place, taking responsibility, going through some kind of accountability, going through some kind of rebirth, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I ask, what is this about? And I get the Devil card, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. So this is about addiction, apathy, and control, power and control, or tightness. So holding back, not sharing, not being generous. So I tried to go a little bit deeper into what the Devil card was about, and I wasn't getting any affairs or anything like that coming up. So there's a possibility that this could have been around actual drug addiction. So perhaps too much drinking or smoking marijuana, or so for you stepping into a higher place. That's why I sense it's about an addiction to with yourself, because we have the Judgment card here. So it's you actually going on this journey and stepping into a higher place around this addiction. Over here as well, what I see is in the future, we have the Justice card, and we have the Strength card. So the Strength in the Justice card is finding the strength within to meet the karma that has been created. So the accountability, and then you know, there's a new opportunity coming around money for you, and really making the decision to create consistency and structure and uniformity and conformity and tradition, as opposed to perhaps how it was in the past, where you were all over the place, possibly with the addiction. So it's like really taking responsibility for yourself in order to move forward. So I also see that there's a surrender to love. And so I ask what this is about, and I have the King of Wands, the Chariot, and the Nine of Cups. So this is about taking charge. This could be you taking charge, taking control of the happiness with regards to love. And so if there's a surrender to love, that shows me that perhaps this control and this not allowing yourself to be open and sharing may be what shifts for you as well, and you're now able to open your heart and give love, give sharing, allow yourself to share and to connect, because you've worked through the pain and the loss, you've taken responsibility for yourself, and you realize that the only way forward is through opening the heart and connecting to the essence of what you are, Cancerians, which is ultimately it's connection to the heart, and it's the flowing of emotions, allowing the cup to flow, and that's it. It's very beautiful. Surrendering to the love. So this may not be with a specific person, but it can possibly be connected to a person. So again, as I said, you going through this, stepping into a higher place, this resurrection with regards to addiction and apathy and disconnection. So the apathy would be this restlessness and this boredom with life, because there's no real connection to soul or fulfillment, possibly because of the addiction. And this would, of course, create some kind of shutdown within the being. If we're addicted to something, we're not connected to our bodies, we're not connected to our hearts, and you know, our good and healthy hormones are burnt out, and so it leaves us feeling devoid of any real love for life, soulless, so to speak. So I then asked, you know, what is happening for the other person? Okay, so remember, earlier on I said that in the unconscious, what has happened with this love reading is that what has been created is mistrust and confusion. Okay, and what I see happening with the other person is, with regards to the relationship, they addressed the nostalgia, and they moved away from it. They addressed the nostalgia by moving away. So there was obviously some kind of longing that they went through around the relationship ending. They took responsibility for it, and they moved on, and they are now in a place of harmony. So that's where they're at. So whether this relationship can resume with them or not, at this point I do not know, but let's continue. So when I ask where the relationship is at right now, I see that it's moved away from the hard times, okay, because obviously both of you have gone on your healing journey, but the actual passion of the relationship has reached a stalemate. So yeah, it's reached a stalemate. The passion of the relationship has reached a stalemate. And there's some kind of detachment that has happened with the other person. So I'm going to leave it at that. And then for the outcome of the relationship, I have the King of Cups, which is you, Cancer, King of Cups. I have the the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. So this is new passion, new adventure, free spirit, and accessing your power as a businessman, and your passion, getting out into the world again, becoming enigmatic, becoming passionate and excitable and excited. And we have the Ten of Cups, which is about emotional fulfillment. And so I asked about this Ten of Cups, and the three cards that I got was the ego death that happens as a result of realizing the illusion behind illusory happiness. So because of this journey that was this journey that you went on with yourself, where you stepped into a higher place and you went through this death and this rebirth, you now see through the illusory happiness that you were previously attached to, and because of that you can now experience real happiness. It's very beautiful. Then I've got 3 cards over here. The Osho card, also very, very beautiful. The 3 cards are flowering. Let me pick them up for you so you can see. They're just so colourful and happy, and they really cheer up my table over there. So the first one is flowering, and this is about really coming into your prime passion, sexuality and deliciousness. The next card is about friendliness. So this is a really beautiful state to enter into with someone, and you can see these 2 trees, they're touching at the top, but they're each individually rooted in the soil as 2 individuals. And then the last card is about beyond illusion. So it's reaching a place where you transcend your outdated way of seeing yourself in the world, and you see beyond illusion. And it's a very, very powerful place to be. And I really feel like you are on a very strong journey at the moment, and it's just really opening you up and waking you up, and has the potential to bring a healthy relationship and not something that is codependent. Because based on what I'm seeing from the past, it was very, very unhealthy and codependent, whoever this was that you were with. Then lastly, and then there was one other card at the bottom of the deck, which is the breakthrough card. So yes, you are going to do this. You are breaking through. So then with regards to the Lenormand cards, I picked 3 cards, and it's very sweet. A pleasant new grounding is coming your way. So bouquet is pleasant, child is new or innocent, and then anchor is stability or grounding. So if you imagine an anchor, when you drop it into the ocean, it holds the boat steady. So there's something new coming your way that is just pleasant and stabilizing and grounding for you. And yeah, I've got the bear card on top of the deck, so it shows me that it can do with money, but it can also do with power and feeling powerful. Okay, so I hope this was useful. I like that it's kind of open-ended, and it's just allowing things to take place as they will. It feels for me like there's a very positive ending, which ultimately is about you coming back to yourself and carving out your future as it was intended. And I am seeing emotional happiness and love and passion, and whether it's with this person, the same person, or someone new, maybe we'll find out next week. So if you enjoyed this reading and you'd like to find out more, please send me an email. My email address is in the description box, and I'm available for private readings. If you can also like and subscribe to my channel, please, as this does support me. And remember to ring the bell, and feel free to leave a comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. Okay, well, thank you for a wonderful reading, and I look forward to my next reading with you next week, in a week's time. So see you then. Bye.